In the past couple of movies, we have seen constant and variables in depth, and especially variables. But the diversity of variable has not been completed yet. We have these local variables that is the subtype of our original variable. There is nothing different in syntax of local variables. However, local variables evolve more around the scope of our function. So local variable is a variable that declared within a function and it has a local scope and it can only be accessed within that function. You cannot access your local variable outside of your function or the scope of your function. Now let's see our local variables inside our PHP code. I have this file of user defined functions.php which we made earlier, and let's get rid of the couple of function from here, and let's get rid of this welcome function from here as well. Now I just have one function of addition, and now let's save this user defined functions.php file as save as local variables.php. Okay, now we have this simple function of addition in which we have three variables and we are just equaling out our result of addition. So let's first save this one out and see it in browser. Local variables.php. See, now we have addition is 7. So these variable a, b and c are just declared within our function. So these variables are our local variables. We cannot access these variables outside of our function. So if I echo this a from here outside of our function, let's add br tag using concatenation, saving this one out. So you will see the error in our browser. Why? Because this variable is only accessible within the parentheses of our function, and parentheses start from line 12 to line 17. Refreshing the page. See, now we have undefined variable a in C on line 18. Why? Because although our variable isn't defined the function of addition, but we cannot access this variable outside of our function. Why? Because this variable has a local scope. We can echo our variable of a inside our function. So if I put this echo statement inside our function, then we won't have any error in our browser. Saving this one out. So first we will have 5 output and then we will have addition is 7. See, now we have 5 and addition is 7. Similarly, you can see we have this number of my number that is outside of our function. So if I, instead of echo this a from here, I put my number here, saving this one out, refreshing the page, and now we still have the error for my number in C on line 16. Why? Because this my number has the scope of outside of this function. We cannot use this variable inside our function because it has a local scope outside of our function. Same as our variable of a, b and c, we cannot access these variables outside of our function. So this is local variables. Now in the next movie I'm gonna show you global variable.